everybody and welcome back to another project vlog. It has been a little while since I've done one of these. I think lately I've been trying to focus just on knitting rather than filming everything that I'm knitting, but I've got a project that I'm very excited about and I felt like I had to document it. So let me tell you about it. I have started on this. This is the waffle loop sweater dress and this is my very first ever cable sweater project. I started knitting at the beginning of this year. If you had have told me that I'd be knitting a cabled sweater only like 6 months into the year, I would not have believed you. But I've done a few smaller cable projects lately that have kind of given me the confidence to go ahead and do this cable sweater, even though I think previously I felt like that would be something I could only do after like knitting for a year or maybe 2 years, but these smaller cable projects have given me that motivation. One of those was the Plot Twist Tank Test Knit by Jamie Creates, which I have here, and that had these lovely little cables down the side, and that just really like gave me the belief that I actually could knit cables. And to be completely honest, they're not that difficult. Basically, you're just moving the stitches around on the needle. That's all it is. And the cables look different depending on how many stitches you're moving around at one time and how often you move them. And that's basically it. So once I realized that, I was like, something unlocked in my brain. I was like, I need to make a cable sweater. That is my goal. So yeah, I have chosen the waffle loop sweater dress by Other Loops. I really like the oversized fit of this one. The pattern, to be honest, the sizing range isn't great in the pattern. It only has 2 sizes, but it's very oversized. And I actually think it's probably, the size range is actually going to be trickier on like the smaller end of the spectrum, because I think if you're very petite, I think these sweaters will just be too oversized for you. So anyway, I've chosen size number 1. So I just wanted to say that because I don't want it to seem like I actually think that's fine to just have 2 sizes. Obviously it's not very size inclusive, but when I just saw the pattern, I couldn't not do it. When it comes to the yarn choices for this pattern, I have not been inventive in any way. I have just gone with the exact yarn in the exact colour that the designer used. So that is Alpaca 3 by Isaga in the colour E6S, which is just like an undyed shade, and Isaga I thought this said Merlin, but I've just realised this is Marilyn. I thought it was Merlin, but it's not, it's Marilyn, which is in the colour EO, and this one is 80% wool and 20% flax, and the alpaca one is 50% alpaca and 50% wool, and these feel amazing. This Alpaca 3 I believe is a DK weight and this Marilyn is a fingering weight, so together they work up to an Aran weight. And I thought this would be a project. I started this project I think about a week ago now, and I thought this would be one that I was going to be knitting for months and it would be kind of taking me into winter. But to be honest, it's going really fast, partly because I'm just obsessed with it, but also because it is knitted up in 6mm needles. So it's not, there's no stockinette in any of this. It is this beautiful waffle stitch pattern over the top half of the back and the top half of the front. And then it kind of transitions into these amazing cables, and then on the edges it has this little bit of ribbing which goes down the shoulder and then it goes down the side, and then I have picked up stitches here on the shoulder, on both sides of the shoulders, and then done more waffle pattern and increases, and then added another bit of this ribbing pattern here. So it's going to make a really nice shape around the arms. I have now joined the 2 front shoulder parts and connected them together. I'm still working flat because I'm just working the front panel at the moment, and then I think eventually, once I've done all of that, once I've done the front panel, then eventually I will knit in the round. Also, it is so hot here at the moment, so it feels really weird to be knitting a cable jumper in the middle of summer where it's been like a heat wave almost every day, but apparently that's just the vibes at the moment. I've made a mistake. So this is the front of the jumper, and can you see the mistake? It's like turned into a C, whereas this is supposed to go over the top of here. This is the back, which is the same thing, and you can see there it goes over properly. So that's what it's supposed to do. I'm just currently deciding if it's bad enough to try and fix it by like dropping down and somehow fixing this. I watched a video of how to fix it, so I'm kind of intrigued of just trying to fix it. It's a bit scary though. I did it! I was a bit stressed, so I couldn't really film it as I was doing it, but I managed to fix it. It's not perfect, there's definitely a bit of tension issue here, but I don't really care. I'm just happy that I fixed it, and I actually now know how to fix a cable. I have joined in the round finally, and I have connected the front and the back panels. It's kind of funny once you join in the round because you think you're really far along and then you try it on and you're like, oh, I've only done that much and I need to do all of this. The cables start a lot lower on the back than on the front, which is kind of interesting. I kind of like that, how it's slightly different on the front and the back. I think that's quite cool. Also, do you like my new glasses? I got glasses for the first time ever. I'm kind of like adjusting to this new person that I've become who wears glasses. I like the brothers. They're quite cute. I am currently in the middle of reorganizing my little area that I have in our apartment to do my crafty things, my filming, my storing my yarn, storing my art supplies. Currently just having a reshuffle because I want to film more regular Instagram and TikTok videos, but I feel like I don't have a space that I can easily do that's always sort of looks nice and is like set up for that. And then I want it to be functional as well, to like store my yarn and my art supplies and all of that stuff. So I want to reorganize these shelves for sure. They're looking very messy. I'm thinking maybe putting the yarn on those shelves instead of this thing. And then maybe having this thing somewhere else. I have such a small amount of yarn left. I'm seriously going to be reaching the very, very bottom of this ball, but it's kind of satisfying to know that you're going to have like nothing left over at the end of a project. I can't believe I finally finished this. Oh, I still need to weave it in and obviously block it. So I do feel like the blocking on this project in particular is going to really transform it, because I know that with waffle, stitch and with cables, everything is just kind of shrunk in at the moment. So I think it will, well, I'm hoping it will really, really relax with blocking. I am ever so slightly concerned about the flaring here on the ribbing. I did follow the pattern recommendation and just went down like 0.5 millimeter on needle size. So I'm hoping that once it has blocked and kind of stretched out a bit, it won't be flaring like this, because it's slightly concerning me. But apart from that, I'm very, very happy with it. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how the blocking process is going to go. I feel like it's going to change quite a lot. So I'm going to go weave in the ends and then block it, and I'll come back to you once it's been blocked. I have a few thoughts. Hang on. Please excuse this weird mic setup that I have. This is just how I record my sound. Okay, now I can talk to you and get the jumper in the frame at the same time. So as you can see, it is huge. It grew a lot in blocking, and I kind of was expecting it because I knew that waffle stitch grows in blocking, and also cables obviously like are quite stretched in before you block them, but I was not expecting it to be like literally it's halfway down the top of my leg, which I guess makes sense. The pattern is a sweater dress, so it would be kind of weird if it was like not dress length on me. So for context, I am 5'9.5", so for a woman I am quite tall, and this is how long it is looking on me. So if you are thinking of making this pattern and you are like a regular like 5'6", 5'5" or something, I would probably say do like 4 or 5 less repeats of the main pattern if you want it to look like a normal sweater. Obviously if you want it to look like a dress, then you know, go for your life, do it as long as you want. But if you want this to be more of a sweater, I would say do a lot less repeats of the main big cable. I'm not saying I don't like it, I'm just shocked at how much it's grown. I think also it's alpaca, and I was researching, apparently alpaca does grow a lot. Now the length of the sleeves is kind of perfect for me. I like a longer sleeve, so I'm okay with that. For me, it's more the length on the body. Like I can't really do my classic French tuck with this because it's just so, it goes so high and so low. And also the pattern is designed to be quite a bit longer at the back than it is at the front. So I feel like at the front it's kind of okay, but then when you turn around, it's like hello, this is so long, and it's just so big and it's so wide. Hang on, let me put this mic down. Anyway, I'm very happy. It's very soft. I'm just gonna have this as my like slouching around jumper. Most of my life was just slouching around anyway because I work from home. When I started knitting, the thought of doing a cabled sweater was like alien to me, and I didn't think it would be anything that I could do anytime soon, and somehow I've managed to do it. And if you haven't tried cables before and you've been wanting to, and maybe you're watching this for a little bit of inspiration, definitely give it a go. Honestly, they're not that hard. So yeah, that is my experience knitting the waffle loop sweater dress. I hope you enjoyed. Got a lot more exciting projects coming up. Got some lace things coming up, and as you can see on my yarn shelf behind me, I have quite a lot that I am planning on doing. So stay tuned, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!